Thank you. Bye. Hello guys, this is Abena representing KA University in this year's Ghana Students Most Beautiful. Please guys, just vote for me and I won't let you down. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Cindy Kekeli, a contestant of the Ghana Students Most Beautiful 2022, and I'm also a student of the University of Professional Studies, UPSA. I urge you all to vote for me to keep me in this contest, because without you guys, I can't do this. Thank you.
Hello guys, my name is Alberta Baba Arthur and I'm representing CCTU at Ghana Students Most Beautiful. Please to keep me in the contest, kindly vote for me. Thank you. CCTU, Yawajoye, Madam Wasi.
Hi there, I'm Nanajwa representing Speacial Galaxy in Ghana Students Most Beautiful. Please support me by voting to keep me in this competition. It's a tough one, so without your vote, I'll be out. Thank you and I love you. Mwah.
Hello Ghana, I greet you all. I go by the name Mami Fuasantua Owusu from the Accra Technical University, and I am currently a contestant for the Ghana Students Most Beautiful Award. I urge you all to vote for me, and I believe in this philosophy. If you do for me, you've done for yourself. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Raquel from the Bono region representing the University of Energy and Natural Resources, and I'm 18 years of age. I love to act. I'm pleading with you all to keep voting and supporting me to keep me in the competition. I know I cannot eradicate the use of drugs in our country, but with your vote, I can help reduce it. Thank you.
Hello guys, my name is Vanessa. I am 19 years representing Speacial Galaxy College for Ghana Students Most Beautiful for the first edition. I would like you all to vote for me and support me in everything that I do. I appreciate the love so far given to me. I just want everyone to expect the best from me. Thank you.
Very good afternoon to you here on Youth Empowerment Television Show, your most authoritative youth analysis program you can find across the African continent. We are live on multi-TV, on digital TV, on satellite TV, on Go TV. We are live. And beautiful Tuesday afternoon. And my costume and my beautiful outfit is by Dr. D Fashion. This is a very young fashion designer who is a student of Janshila Fashion Academy. And he's doing the most. I mean, he makes sure that every time I come here to do this for God and country, I look so good. And so all of you should make sure that you contact Dr. D Fashion, and I'm going to make sure I put his number down so that all of you who want to look so good like myself would contact him and get to look so sweet and so nice like a candy. That is just on a lighter note. Today our special editorial is still on the failed student leaders we currently have in our country. Now, whether or not there's hope, I believe there's hope. I believe the future is bright. I strongly believe that the next leadership that will take over Utag, Nooks, the rest of them, they are going to do very well. I mean, what we come here to do is to make sure that we speak truth to power fearlessly, and then we try to serve the young people and students who are watching us. I was so grateful to see that the video or the editorial we were doing the last time, just posing or going into details the letter that was written by Nooks, the love letter Nooks put out there. We were very happy to see it on the various student platforms. Indeed, it was a sign that young people are reading between the lines. You know the saddest thing about what the student leaders, some of them are doing, okay? Now, how many executives do we have in Nooks? How many executives do we have in USAC? How many executives do we have in the rest of the mother unions? For PUSAC, I'll spare, because PUSAC, the new leaders are taking steps that I must applaud. It's not always about we coming to stand here to be bashing people. No, it's about identifying very real aspects of student union development, and also congratulate or hit them so hard so they can do the right things. Now, I want to show you something on your screens, and today I'm being very careful the kind of words I have to use. But my question is very simple. Is this letter indeed from the University Student Association of Ghana, USAC? Is this letter from USAC, the very USAC whose former president was always on Youth Empowerment Television show, and he was so much of wisdom? You know, what hurts me is the current leadership, Boachi Yadom, and that's why I said I want to be. In fact, we'll call him. I see the name as Christian Amma Philip. He's the president, and he signed some letter. I want to be sure. I want to believe he didn't sign that letter. And when I show you that letter on TV, I'm sure you guys are going to now see how useless. I repeat the word, very useless. If indeed the letter came from them, you are going to see that these unions are useless. Henceforth, students should demand proper accountability from these people. They are a disgrace to the student body. Now read this letter that's coming on your screen. Read this letter. This is from the University Student Association of Ghana. You see, in life, when you don't have something to say, you shut up. It's not always important to talk, because when you talk, sometimes you express ignorance or you speak out of foolishness. Let's look at something. Watch the screens. Now this letter, I want to believe it is not from them, so I'm going to say that this letter, maybe we just chanced it on the floor. Listen to the letter. Now, it is a reply to a demonstration on Utag strike. Listen to this. They say, the attention of the leadership of the University Student Association of Ghana, USAC, has been drawn to a purported demonstration scheduled to come off tomorrow, 8th February 2022, that is today, on the issue of the Utag strike action. It says, the national executive officers, which consist of all SRC presidents, the shame, look at this, of the above mentioned association by this notice would like to inform the general public. So they are informing our parents who are worried that your child's school fees is going to go to a waste. USAC is writing the letter to me, paying my little brother's school fees and Legonda right now, his hostel fees and everything. USAC is writing to the poor woman who is selling kenke to pay school fees, whose child's education is going to come to an end very soon, and universities are going to restart again if a strike action or some rigorous action is not taken by student leaders. This disgrace form of a letter is telling the general public, look at what they are saying. These people clearly, by the time I finish reading this letter, in fact, you people will now know whether this people is a political agency or is a political youth wing, or you understand the statement, this 5 CD statement. Let me finish reading. You see, this is a 5 CD cry, a 1 Ghana CD statement. So cheap. Some people make themselves so cheap, politically cheap. Now look at this. It says that the national executive officers, which consist of all SRC presidents of the above mentioned association by this letter, would like to inform the general public that no such activity or agreement has been reached, and we believe in the philosophy of dialogue. Jesus Christ! So you believe in philosophy of dialogue? When student leaders, your predecessors who took power, were time immemorial for many years, we're moving on the streets. I'm not saying street demonstration is something that must be the first call. I'm not saying demonstration should be something that must be the first step. No. What I'm trying to say is that when dialogue, we are going to 1 month. It is even more than the 31 days, or maybe getting near. Universities are going to be closed down. And you write a letter, and you are saying what is the date of the letter? You wrote a letter yesterday. You wrote a letter yesterday, and as at yesterday, almost 1 month, students are stranded on campus. Students can't even think straight. Some people have told their parents they are in school, but they are certain places. And you, SAC, you are telling them that what? You believe in dialogue. Dialogue after 1 month. Such a disgrace. And by the time we finish with you, the leaders, finish with you in exposing you, on our various media platforms, on how student leaders. In fact, you see, you people are the reason why people don't even respect student unions again. Me, I have a right to my own personal opinion. And I can tell you that by this letter, Utag have joined loose. You people have bitten the dust. It's an idiomatic expression. When we say a union has bitten the dust, what it means is that your union is dead. By this letter, your union is one of the useless unions we can ever find in Ghana. This letter, I pray it is not by you. And we are going to make sure we speak to you people on phone. If you pick the call, fine. If you don't pick, we will believe that this letter is yours. Look at one thing they add. They say, while we acknowledge that demonstrations contribute to democracy, and in times of need, actions need to take place. We believe the times have not called for the times have not called. Utag, how many more months do you need? How many more days do you need? And some of you, we are going to run another editorial. Some of the student leaders who have been involved in political party campaigns will publish your pictures in campaign uniforms, MPP, NDC uniforms. You are deceiving the student. We, the young people, do not care about MPP. We do not care about NDC. We care about accountability. We care about your involvement in responsible leadership. Some of you may know my political affiliation and you may be shocked as to why I'm doing this. I'm doing this because we are fearless now. And we are speaking truth to power. You are such a disgrace and disappointment for you to write this letter on behalf of SRC president and on behalf of nonsense. Is this something you must do as student leaders? If you don't have anything, if you don't support the demonstration they want to go on behalf of Ghanaian students, then you keep quiet. You shut up. If you think your students are comfortable, if you think what Utag and government is doing is good for our country, you shut up. You don't talk. Keep quiet. But when you come and write such a letter, rubbishing the effort of some concerned students, how many SRC presidents do we have in Ghana? SRC presidents, if you deduct them from the over 300,000 university students we have in Ghana here, SRC president, would you even be up to 500 people? SRC president and Utag, are you even about 500 people? That you write this nonsense letter to come and tell people that what? That you people are not in support of a demonstration. Cheap letter like this. Look at even the conclusion that they put here. We as an association shall continue to dialogue with government. Why wouldn't you continue to dialogue? And Utag, in good faith to find a common ground to resolve the strike action. Even National Labour Commission, they invited Utag for a meeting. Utag refused to go because they believe the meeting should be between they and government. Then you sack. Charlie, sometimes, I don't know. I get surprised as to the kind of leaders you people decide to be voting for. And for me, like I said, I'm a believer of change. I believe that the incoming executives of NUCS,
Trasacco Estates, home to Accra's most beautiful and luxurious homes, presents its newest addition, Trasacco Springs, a premium master planned community of service plots surrounded by an exhaustive list of amenities. The gated community of Tema to Accra Motorway presents you the finest opportunity to own a land that suits your preferred size, budget, and payment terms. Trasacco Springs is open to you for development. Our on-site sales executives are ready. Call on 055 659 2658.
African Center for Capacity Building, AFCA, organizes the following executive and advanced certificate programs like Executive Certificate in Project Management, Executive Certificate in Human Resource Management, Executive Certificate in Real Estate and Property Management, Executive Certificate in Data and Records Keeping, Executive Certificate in Monitoring and Evaluation, Executive Certificate in Logistics and Transport Management, Executive Certificate in CCTV Monitoring and Installation. AFCAP, where capacity building is our priority. For registration and enquiries, please call 0244 405047, 0242 135523. We have our branches in Accra, Tamale, Kumasi, and Wa. Saturdays and weekdays sessions are available. Admission is still in progress. Enroll now. Join the African professionals. AFCAP, where capacity building is our priority.
Trasaco Estates, home to Accra's most beautiful and luxurious homes, presents its newest addition, Trasaco Springs, a premium master planned community of service plots surrounded by an exhaustive list of amenities. The gated community of Tema to Accra Motorway presents you the finest opportunity to own a land that suits your preferred size, budget, and payment terms. Trasaco Springs is open to you for development. Our on-site sales executives are ready. Call on 055 659 2658.
Hello? Okay, why? My wife comes and send a message. Hello? What's happened?
It's a chunk, but also be a quiet say what? I dare say,
Besides, friend of friend, I'm so near you. My wife not testing messages here, and our office so I'm trying to tell man. She says, I
mean, so we a guy manu, and may young who could cry. And also wants a family drilling company limited for Kana.
What's the name? Family Dwelling Company Limited.
Ye two borehole, biofuel, biogas, swimming pool, plumbing works in Naso, ye be Frey 0240 333 111 and Nasa 0244 144 822.
Miampa and you want swimming pool, me see. Me want to, we'll be here. Family dwelling now. Family dwelling.
What fashion is shit?
Me out with that shit.
African Center for Capacity Building, AFCA, organizes the following executive and advanced certificate programs like Executive Certificate in Project Management, Executive Certificate in Human Resource Management, Executive Certificate in Real Estate and Property Management, Executive Certificate in Data and Records Keeping, Executive Certificate in Monitoring and Evaluation, Executive Certificate in Logistics and Transport Management, Executive Certificate.
Welcome back from the particular break that we have to go. So before we move to the next set of discussion that we have to bring to your attention, it was very much important we draw your attention to the letter that was written by USAC, and whether or not those represent the entire sentiment or there's the exact reflection of what students are calling on. That will be the end of today's editorial. Like we said, we'll make sure that we get you guys informed, very much educated on most of the things that are affecting young people within Ghana's, student demographics is very much important. But time also is not on our side. We have to do this 30, and we do the discussion also 30 minutes. So it's 27 minutes after 1. My guests are already seated in the studio here. We have Clinton Bannon. We already know him. Such a very dedicated young student leader. He served as the SRC president for University of Ghana City Campus. And he is the current best SRC president in the whole of Ghana. And it's very much important that when we are having such discussions, we have him here. And please, the topic for discussion is not what we had the editorial on. We are looking at something different. My only firing partner. Charlie, this guy don't play for Twitter. Okay, so Nat Tete is also here. He's a youth activist, and also he is also an advocate on most of the things that are going on in our country. Today we are looking at the Ghanaian dream. What really is the Ghanaian dream? As a country, we must have the Ghanaian youth dream. What is the desire? What is the dream of every Ghanaian youth that they are looking forward for it to be achieved? I mean, since Ghana's independence till now, do we really have a particular dream designed for young people? Do we even have a dream ourselves? To do the discussion, the gentlemen are already seated to join me. You can join the conversation by sending us a WhatsApp message on 0548503799, 0548503799. On text message, on WhatsApp message, we'll do our best to read it for you as the show goes on. Gentlemen, you're welcome. Such a pleasure to have you guys here.
It's been a while.
Yeah. We are always here to do this for God and country. I'll start with Clinton. How's everything going?
By God's grace, we are doing well. Everything is going well. Let me use this opportunity to greet the over millions of Ghanaian students out there that are watching this particular show. I think it's a good platform where we have an opportunity for student leaders to come and then speak to issues, raise concerns, and see how best together we can position the youth in a state where our welfare would be priority to the government and other activities that goes on in the country. Thank you all for joining.
Very well. Nat?
Yes, bro. Of course, it's good to be here again once more. Unfortunately, it would have been good that throughout this months and years that we've been talking about some of these things, one would have loved that if we are coming back here to discuss it today, we'll be making some progress. Unfortunately, the various youth-related issues that we keep talking about and complaining about, it's like it always seems to be falling on deaf ears. Nobody is really taking any real steps towards addressing the problems once and for all, especially when it's not election year. And so we are hoping that this time around, things will turn around for the better, so that we all can begin to live what we are here to discuss with you for the Ghanaian dream. And also, good afternoon to all our listeners watching us this time.
Clinton, what really is the Ghanaian youth dream?
When I saw the topic, when I received the flyer on the topic, I equally thought it wise to engage some few people to ask them what they want, what the Ghanaian youth is looking out for. And the loudest of all the options that I had was employment. Because at the end of the day, if you are a youth in the country and then you are employed, you are able to have a sustainable living, and then you are able to proceed with whatever that you seek to do across your sector in terms of your personal operations and personal development. So that is one of the major concerns that popped up, that the Ghanaian youth dream, or what the ordinary Ghanaian seeks to achieve, is to get an employment opportunity that would be able to put food on their table and then bring progress to their daily lives. I think that's the major thing that the ordinary Ghanaian
employment and something to feed.
Exactly.
Chief, what's the Ghanaian youth dream according to your research or to you?
Well, not too far from what my brother BBC has espoused. In fact, I was discussing it with somebody yesterday evening, just like him. So the person said, the Ghanaian dream is to travel abroad.
Migration.
Because of employment. Recently, Child Rights International published a survey. And it was found that a whopping 55% of graduates, either fresh graduates or graduates who have been in the system for a while, are actually working towards leaving the country.
Wow.
And in the same report, it was captured that 58% of children do not even dream of working in Ghana at all because of what they see with their older brothers, their older sisters, their cousins, having finished school sometime for years, 5 years, 4 years without any meaningful employment, coupled with the fact that, you know, in Ghana, a job that pays well is the job that pays like 1,500 or 1,200.
Yeah.
That's like a comfortable job.
Yeah.
You know? But really, if you talk to the average Ghanaian youth, you realize that we're not even asking for much. We just want to be able to come out of school and have jobs. And when we have jobs, we just don't want to be exploited. We work for long hours. Sometimes we do things that are out of our usual, you know, employment. You know,
Yeah.
You know, we don't even ask for overtime. We don't even ask for stress. You know, sometimes we don't even ask for leave. But you realize that at the end of the month, sometimes even the small 700 cedis they are supposed to give you, that one you even have to go and beg.
Yeah.
Your January salary comes on 20th February. You know, those are things that, you know, are militating against the development of young people in this part of the world. And so, in sum, the Ghanaian dream is just for us to be able to be given the opportunity to be useful to our country. We just want to be able to be a part of it and to contribute to its progress.
Yeah.
That's what we are seeking.
Yeah. So we are looking at the Ghanaian dream. What exactly is the Ghanaian dream? And so join the contribution. You can go on Facebook and drop your comment beneath the comment section. We'll do our best to read it for you as the show goes on. Or send us a message on WhatsApp on text message 0548503799. On Facebook, this is from Carl Praise. He says, hello senior, good afternoon, keep on with the good works, God bless you. Kako Anderson Izwa, he says that Asemo bro link up why Hillary Esther says that they know what is going on, yet they sit quiet and watch it till it unfolds. It all unfolds because they are protecting their so-called political godfathers. And when one of them stands up to say no, when one of them stands up to say no, we won't sit quietly, you try to sabotage the effort he and the team makes towards the benefits of the ordinary university students. Students are suffering demo hashtag. Kofi George Abua put his eye there that he's watching. Mary Margaret Oting Menu also put some stars there and she's also watching. Let me come to WhatsApp. Okay, so on WhatsApp, this one says, hello Richie, God bless you. Fire is burning. We won't be surprised if in the coming days you are missing and we can't find you. I'll be missing for today. This one says, hello Richie, henceforth there, be careful, Charlie, they go plot you. Hey Charlie, are you sure? We just only spoke to power. This one says, hello, good to see Clinton here. Doing this for God and country. This guy is the man for Nooks. Ask him if he is indeed contesting for the Nooks presidency. Okay. Quickly, let me come back to the studio so we can do this contribution further. Now, Clinton, now we are saying that most Ghanaians want employment. That has been top of your research. I mean, people that you try to have a study or a search on. Now, people join long queues in search to be employed at the Ghana Police, Immigration, Soldier. We saw the long queues and people are complaining.
Yes.
But why do you think many Ghanaians will feel that we don't have to have long queues for the security agencies, and why do people have that particular stigma against young people that join long queues, that they feel there are lots of jobs they can go and do? Why are you all going into immigration, going into SEPS, going into police service?
Well, I think I wouldn't side with the statements that someone may have made with regards to individuals who have interest in joining the security agencies, because once you avail yourself to be a part of the security agency, it means you are ready to help and position Ghana to the state where we want it to get to. So I believe it's a step in the right direction. Possibly the right thing we can talk about is means of employing these individuals into such security zones, because these are spaces that absorb people who would be given access to guns, who would be given access to certain stuff that they can use to go about with the security activities they want to do. So at the end of the day, if it is out of desperation that they get into it, it is going to give them a different mindset and a different opinion in the office that they would want to venture into. But at the end of the day, once I go through this stress and I pass it through to it, I feel I have made it. And then you see them joining hands with robbers, you see them joining hands with individuals within the illegal operative fields, and then they do a lot of things. Recently, there was a video of a military man who was caught red-handed with armed robbers on I think the Tamale stretch also. I
think they issued a statement. Did they confirm he was a military man?
Well, he was wearing
the uniform. I think the armed forces issued a statement that he was not.
Yes, and that is a major problem that we need to look at. In as much as we feel there are spaces there for people to fill, we must make sure that we get people with genuine intentions who would want to venture into that field. I would want to come back to the reason why we have most of them diverting their attention to that field instead of any other opportunity. I believe it's as a result of the poor sustainability measure that our governments have been putting in place. I always state this, that we see our future leaders having the ideas. The ideas are always available. And when I saw the government reading the Start policy and the details of it, I felt it was a feasible idea, it was a feasible policy which is going to open space for students, entrepreneurs to venture into. But you find out that the policy then becomes a political tool that is used to win power, and then the implementation plan becomes a major problem. So I believe what we need to be looking at is how best we can sustain these initiatives. We have the Youth Employment Agency effectively operating, not effectively operating, the Youth Employment Agency established purposely to see how best they can create a platform for students to venture into business ideas, to pitch their business ideas and get financial support and other skills and training, but we don't really see them.
Every year when the budget is read, allocations are made to such agencies.
But we still have issues, because at the end of the day, in a country where we have issues with creating employment opportunities, our focus or our strength should be at how we can create jobs for our own. Just like how we see the government thinking of getting more revenue from where a lot of students, a lot of people are, that is the e-levy. I think that is how we should also look at when it comes to creation of jobs. This is where most of the people want to venture into. Let us pump money in there, support them, they create the opportunity, and they employ their colleagues.
Taxes from that side.
And at the end of the day, they are reducing the employment rate as well as contributing to the revenue stream of the country, which increases and then improves on the development standards of the country. So the major problem that as a country we are facing is sustainability measures to make sure that if an initiative such as NAPCO, an initiative such as Start, an initiative such as the Youth Employment Agency are implemented, we make sure that we put down measures that could sustain it for more than 10 years. At the end of the day, you find out that after the 10 years, the individuals who come out of it are able to expand their territories, absorb their colleague youth into it, and then we see the country moving fast. So that should be our focus as we speak now, so that we don't push most of the youth into the security session because of desperation. Once I am desperate for something, I become desperate and eager to equally get something out of it. And that is how you find most of them being lured by these.
The sense of patriotism in those services.
Exactly. It becomes absorbed because now their passion is not in doing the police job, but then is getting employed so that they can use that as a means to get what they want. And it's something that if we don't look at in a few years to come, we are going to push in wrong people to the security section, and it's going to affect the country as a whole. So that's what I would say.
Okay, thank you so much, Clinton. Nat, Clinton made a very brilliant point. I mean, government of Ghana has decided to introduce a very vibrant policies, the Youth Start, and it intends to help young entrepreneurs and stuff in helping them and all of that. Is this something you applaud? Is this something you know it can help? I mean, change the mindset of young people who intends to migrate from our country.
Okay. Well, so let me begin by saying that I appreciate and I applaud the intention behind the Youth Start policy. But the substance of the policy itself is not something that looks very feasible for me. Because, for instance, if you have a youth employment policy, which says will employ 1 million young people, and you're committing $1 billion to it, I think $1 billion is, I think. And of the 1 billion, you have 300 million, right? And you are counting on donor agencies to fund the larger part, which is the remaining 600 plus million. that kind of policy, at the end of the day, is already set out to not, be sustainable. Because if you have 60% of your population being young people, and you want to take care of them, and you are taking care of them with money that you are not even sure of, why can't they fund some of those policies with some of the money they use to pay themselves allowances and salaries? Why?
But they are working. They have families to take care of. Why should they use their?
Indeed. So I was just making a point that we are tired of governments taking advantage of our vulnerable situation to pretend to care about us, when really all they are thinking about is the next election.
If you say government, I mean you mean MPP and DC both, or the others going
about, successive governments.
Yeah.
And of course, use that as a policy of the current MPP administration. And so I'm making the statement in reference to this particular government. Okay. We need to look at more sustainable means of providing employment, because look, if government says they are going to provide seed capital for a lot of young people, that is a very brilliant idea. Not against that, but I'm just saying that on the higher level, government cannot do all of this.
Sustainability is a problem.
It's not sustainable. So what you want to do is to ensure that young people have access to credit.
Yeah.
Young people have some, tax exemptions. The tax exemptions we grant to people who billionaires who are already rich. When they're setting up hotels and all these things, grant them a lot of tax exemptions. And then a young person sets up a business that is 1 month, 2 months old, and then GRA is giving you some wild assessment to pay. How does your business go beyond the first 1 year? And it's the reason why typically of Ghanaian businesses, by research, it is only 1 out of every 10 Ghanaian startups that survive beyond the first 1 year. Because there are too many stumbling blocks in our way that ensure that whenever we try to do something on our own, it doesn't work. So I'm saying that use that, yes, is a great initiative, but government needs to relook at especially the financing model, so that it is not something that, can be tied to only this current government, but it becomes something that can outlive the current president, the current administration, and then, it becomes sustainable.
Successive government pick it up.
We have GET Fund, health insurance, and all these ones. Those are policies that, if you look at it, it took, a lot of thinking went into it. So even though over the years we've had challenges, there's always a way to resolve it. But you take a policy like NAPCO, once it was just a stopgap measure, to be able to appease. Young people are complaining. Let's find something for them.
Okay.
I think those policies, they are more of a mockery of our situation. It doesn't really provide long-term fixes to our problems. And I think that is the angle that government should be looking at. We are too fixated on winning the elections. Whatever you are doing today, like we've been talking about the Black Stars issue, and in comparison with the Senegal situation, the results may not be, in during the term of your office or whatever, but it may mature over a certain period of time. I'm going to make an example of the Senegal issue where I understand that the coach was given 6 or 7 years.
Yeah, he's in his 8th year.
I'm sure, yes, in a democratic dispensation, 7 years, a term of office of one president would have ended and another person would have come. But because there is actually, some long-term sustainability to it, you will see that the thing is beginning to yield fruits. And then when it yield fruits, it is in its nature, that when the policy is well thought through and well implemented with the right intention, it's in its nature to yield fruits. So when a policy is working, we do not need politicians to come and tell us that we've employed 10 million or 5 million. We'll see the people. Because when those who are not working, if government puts in things, and they're able to either create businesses or become employed, I will see that they wake up now and they are going to work. It's not for the government to come and give me things.
Nat, you posted something yesterday on Twitter, and I would like to read it. You say Akufo-Addo's government is implementing a policy that would have people seeking admission into the university's right entrance exam. The government believes WASSCE certificates have become useless. Why do you put such a statement without evidence?
Well, it's not without evidence.
Okay. We want to know what's the evidence that WASSCE certificates will become useless and there will be entrance exams.
Okay. So if clearly we have as much as possible, I do not want this to turn out to be a very political discussion.
We just want to understand this.
But then, we are told that the current crop of, WASI people, WASI graduates.
I'm asking this because when young people see entrance exam and their certificate becoming useless, as advocates and as role models, they get scared. Some people take this in a very huge way. I want to know if it's a mere propaganda post or it's factual.
It's not a propaganda post.
I think he wants to go back.
I'm trying to not make it very political because it's actually coming from the Parliamentary Select Committee on Education.
Okay.
That's the source of the
that there will be entrance exams.
Yes, but I'm sure that in the coming days the information will come out. You can refer to the pages of Honorable Eric Kwame Abuja.
Okay, so you didn't verify. You picked it from Honorable speech.
It's very verifiable.
That's what
I'm saying.
That what?
That's why I'm saying that you can check from the Parliamentary.
Yeah, I'm checking from you because you wrote it. I want to understand. You said
basically, government is putting in. Government has plans.
Okay.
To implement entrance exams for WASI candidates.
This is alarming.
Yes.
So you are saying that except you got from the Parliamentary Select Committee on Education and from the Honorable Abuja, you mentioned his speech, it seeks to suggest that this current government is planning to bring in place entrance exam aside the WASI certificate for people who intends to go to the university.
Yes, but it's not something that hasn't happened in this country before. I mean, in the days of A levels and O levels, people used to.
No, I want us to limit ourselves to this post. Now, there were comments. I mean, a comment from AJ Nyavo John AJ says that they know the chunk out is purely trash after giving them a pot to pass exam. This one says that after the almighty free SHS, this one says that now who costs up? You see, the reason why I'm making us do this is that I feel that as leaders, I mean, when we put this out there, it gets people kind of scared that there will be entrance exam.
Well, we are not scaring them. We are putting our facts.
So you stand by this?
I stand by it.
Okay, that there's evidence that very soon there will be entrance exam.
The government is working on it. I didn't say that it had been implemented yet.
Oh yeah, I know. I mean,
it's a policy.
You said very soon.
Yes, so I stand by it.
We'll be right
and it's verifiable. I'm sure this is not the last time I'll be on this show.
Very well.
The next time.
Very well. Celia, Nats put this on his Twitter, and as youth empowerment, we need to discuss. In fact, I was scared.
I don't want to cut you short, but I wouldn't want.
Have you seen this? Have you heard this before?
I've heard it. I was reading on it yesterday. I've heard it, but just as he said, someone equally posted it, just like how he has posted it. Until clarity and details of it has been well communicated to the public for us to get to know the reason or the basic stance of the government in implementing such a policy, I believe it is prudent and right that I remain silent on it to make sure that I have enough facts, because I wouldn't want to end up on your show just like how my brother is, and you keep on asking him to defend it, and he is making a statement that he picked it up from, is an intel he picked from the Parliamentary Select Committee, which is wrong until there is a detailed or a verifiable document out. It is wrong for us to put such information out there.
No, he said he says it's true. He says it's true.
But he doesn't have any documents to defend that. He's making references. But
all the other things we've discussed, have we brought out any documents?
I think he's making reference to a post on someone else's status or someone else's page.
A member of parliament. So he wants to bring a quick clarity.
So we can't say someone else.
Okay, so there's a member of parliament.
Yes. So
what a member of parliament says,
if a member of parliament on a committee says that this is what is happening,
and he posted the committee report on Facebook,
and he has publicized it.
So you saw the report. So bro, you saw the document. You saw the document on his page.
Yes. So I'm saying that I have had.
No, the question is, did he see?
No, that is not the question I'm going to answer. I'm saying that I have had discussions to this effect, and I put out what I know. As far as I never said in my publication that it had already been implemented. I said that the government is taking steps towards it, and if you go out and verify, you realize that it's true.
No, the reason why going out to verify at this stage will be a problem, because you put this information out there widely.
Yes.
And I am asking you, on what evidence did you stand on?
So I'm saying that I told you that it's on the evidence of a conversation with a member of parliament.
So not the Facebook
committee.
post.
No, not the Facebook. No, not the Facebook post.
Oh, so you had a confidential.
I didn't even know.
I get it.
I didn't even know. I didn't even know.
So it means that I can have a personal conversation with any member of parliament or anybody and come and based on what they say, without fact checking what the member of parliament say, I can put it out there.
Well, a member of parliament is under oath.
Okay, bro.
To be able to.
Under oath to have conversations with you.
No, to be,
so they wouldn't lie to you.
Yeah, okay, so I'm saying that now I'm coming, bro. Sorry, this is the post. Akufo-Addo government is implementing a policy that will have, and this is that's why I decided to ask you here, because like we had a lot of young people asking me this. Akufo-Addo's government is implementing, not about to implement. Akufo-Addo's government is implementing a policy that will have people seeking admission into universities write entrance exam. Full stop. The government believes WASSCE certificate has become useless. Government believes. You see, sometimes I don't know, but like you said, you have your evidence.
Did you see that useless is in inverted commas?
Oh yes, I don't even want to put my.
But I'm asking. No, you are making reference to that. And I'm saying that.
I want us to even forget that last useless. I don't want to take the useless, whether in quotation or not.
No.
Okay, so it's in quotation.
That forms part of my publication, so you can't take it out.
Very well. Okay,
it's all part of it.
Okay, so he says the government believes WASSCE certificate is useless, quote and unquote. So my point is that I don't want to even use the quote. Now, what I'm interested in is that you said the government is implementing a policy that will have people seeking admission into the university write entrance exam.
Yes.
You stand by this?
I stand by it.
They are implementing the policy
as we speak now. I stand by it. I said,
okay.
If I say they are implementing, there are processes that go on before a policy comes out.
Okay.
And then we are all so consultations are going. It's all part of the implementation process. So I stand by it.
Okay. So you think conversations are going on e-levy? Is it being implemented now? Can you say e-levy is being implemented? Even though Parliament hasn't approved and there are consultations going on.
I said
I
said the government is implementing. My post you're making reference to is on a particular subject matter. So I'm not going to get on that aspect with you.
Clinton, people believe that per the flyer you put out there, that hope for NUCS is sick to suggest you agree with the many people that believe that the National Union of Ghana students has lost the sense of hope students had in them. Is that factual?
That is not.
Okay.
I believe any individual who takes a decision or affirms his stance to run for a position has what inspires him to do that. I hope you understand the point I'm trying to make. At the end of the day, you want to run for a position because in your administration, in as much as you would want to consolidate and sustain the activities or the progress of the sitting administration, you would want to make sure that people have hope in your administration when you are given the nod to serve. I believe that is what I'm trying to put out there. It doesn't supposedly mean that the incumbent administration has led people to lose hope in the student body, and I intend reviving the hope. What we seek to do is that hope has always been there, but in my administration, we are going to ensure that if they were at A, we are going to push it to B, and that is what we intend to do when we are given the nod to serve. So the mantra hope is here basically talks about what we seek to do when I'm given the nod to serve the student front as the president.
It's not to mean that NUCS currently has students have lost hope in NUCS. It's not to mean that way. Students still have confidence in NUCS.
Of course.
Is that the case?
I find myself speaking with a lot of students, and then we are on most of the social media platforms. In as much as there may be some little flaws with an administration, I believe this administration deserves so much applause for having a target. As an administration, I believe
the target of this administration was
is to make sure that there is an operationalized administrative office. That is, we have an administrative office that is functioning such that once an individual, I was on City Campus, and I understand how most of their documents, most of their letters had to come to my office because NUCS didn't have a secretariat that it was operating with.
But you are aware they had monies to renovate?
For that, I cannot defend, neither can I comment on, because there hasn't been any clarity as to the source of financing for what you said had been given to them already.
You were an SLC president?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Is it true that you really intend to contest for Nook's presidency?
Yes, I would use this platform
if
to
you can declare your intent. Because our brother here also, we are fully behind him. He also has a very big portfolio he's putting himself available for. So we'll come to give him the platform to also speak.
All right. So I would use this platform to officially affirm my stance and also declare my intent for the office of the Nook's president in this upcoming election. I believe some of us have been with Nooks for some time now. We've experienced Nooks from the time when it was divided to the time when it was united. And I believe as we speak now, with the little experience, exposure, and the platforms we've gotten, we would be able to contribute our quota towards positioning Nooks into a state where people would begin to see more relevance in its activities and its engagement. Matters of students' advocacy, matters of projects, matters of assistance, matters of scholarships, and matters of entrepreneurship businesses, how best Nooks could play a vital role in creating a platform where ordinary students could leverage on to equally advance themselves.
Okay. Who is your biggest contender in this Nooks upcoming? Who has made themselves available that you feel this is a viable contender to your office?
As we speak now, I don't have an exact person, but then if you are running for an office where you've had people who came last year and are coming again, we have someone like Dr. Sly who intends coming.
Sly is coming again.
Yes, I've seen his flyers. Hopes Alive.
I see.
Which means it's a bigger comeback for him. Yeah. And then we have the likes of Apia Labi.
Yeah, Dennis,
who also wants to.
And yourself. This is a very tight race, you know.
Also wants to throw.
So three
shots out there.
Or there are more people who have...
there are more people, but for now these are the individuals I could make mention of.
Like I said, for me, I still believe there's hope for Nooks. I mean, these gentlemen who are making themselves available, Clinton, Dennis, Sly, these are guys I know personally, and I know they will do justice for the union when they get the opportunity to serve God and country. Senior, you are contesting for the deputy youth organizer.
Yes,
Eastern Regional Deputy Youth Organizer for the NDC. Okay, this is a very big, bold step for you. We want you to speak to your delegates, people who are watching you, and why we must give you the nod. Because for here at Pan African, we will know what you are capable of doing. Very dedicated for the work and all of that. For those who are watching for the first time, speak to them.
All right. So I would like to thank you for the opportunity to make a statement on this. Of course, all the various delegates within my region, the Eastern region, are very much aware of the project we are embarking on. And basically, like you said, we are running for the position of Eastern Regional Deputy Youth Organizer for the NDC. And I'm confident that all youth organizers throughout the 66 constituencies of the region have been taking cognizance of all the work we've been putting in, and the fact, coupled with the fact that we have the competence and the desire, and commitment to work and help our party, especially in our region, towards the bigger elections in 2024. So I just want to admonish everybody who has been supporting me and who has been of help so far in that diverse ways, that we appreciate all what you do for us. And for others who are also yet to come aboard, I take this opportunity to invite everybody to join Team Nat Tete. Let's push for this and let's clinch victory, not for ourselves, but for the sake of our party and for our country as well.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming.
Thank you so much.
All right. Good afternoon. Thanks for your brilliant discussion. I want to find out from the panelists the categories of graduates who qualify to write the entrance. Okay. This one's Richie. I like how you are holding your panelists accountable for information they put out there. In as much this is geared towards advancing the youth activism in policy making and economic development, I want to make it known that this current government is not empowering either in labor or academics. An instance is the toll booth issue. Clearly, I can't use the words you're using, please. This one says that my name is Elijah from Bolga. The entrance exam thing is true. Every teacher that has undergone the standard-based curriculum Okay. This one says that, what is the Ghanaian youth? The Ghanaian youth dream is boldly enshrined in the youth anthem. Nevertheless, this dream was stolen from the youth through the introduction of partisan politics into our education system. Today, we the youth see ourselves as partisans rather than citizens. Therefore, we do things that favor our political parties rather than things that make Ghana great and strong. I believe there is a need for a dialogue on this team. Keep the fire burning. Just last 2 messages on Facebook, then we go. Clinton Bannon, if humility was a person, keep it up, babe. Hey, this is from Nanajo Yankee. Wow, all right. Gentlemen, thanks so much for making it a point to come here. This one says, hi guys, I've noticed that when NDC and MPP are called to address us, they only defend their party, forgetting that the youth need help. No more tax. This one says that, oh, Mother Ghana, where are we going to? This one says that, good afternoon, you are doing a great job, guys. Proceed. We pray this program make the government eager and help the youth. God bless. Thanks. This is Robert from inside Jakiti in the eastern region. This one says that, Richie, you are looking smart. Hey, nothing will happen. Guys, thank you so much for making it a point to be here. And please, we are not against any student union. What we are against is statements they put out there that seeks to be very prejudicial, that seeks to put them in the light of a particular context that we don't want them to be regarded. If tomorrow USAC is seen to be engaging in activities that deserves praise, I will do that. If today Nooks decide to be engaged in activities that brings praise, I'll do that. Those who know me know all these people are my friends. And so these things we do it for God and country. Thank you. We'll be here tomorrow for another exciting edition of Youth Empowerment Television. Tomorrow, let me tell you those that are coming on the show tomorrow. Tomorrow, we are having the convener, the leader who is in charge of the students who have decided to go on demonstration. We would have him here tomorrow. I think George will be here tomorrow. And also Gombela, we all know Gombela. He's led a campaign. In fact, he's on a campaign that seeks to introduce LLB programs in the northern part of Ghana. We'll host him here tomorrow. He will say a prayer, say something for me now right now. The fear. Bye bye.